Hannah, hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so happy to be here and to be this makes me feel happy as well to do this work. Hannah, tell everybody who you are and where you're located.
My name is Hannah Roze. I am located in New York.
Cool.
Um, I am a dual citizen of the US and the UK, and I know I asked some questions about expanding,
Yeah,
into other markets. I'm predominantly based in New York right now. Um, but yeah, it's a little bit.
good. Welcome. And I've talked about this before in other backstage videos, but there's this sort of myth of location is no longer a thing. It hasn't been for a while, but it really took the events of the last year to sort of collapse that you can do anything from anywhere. Location is never an obstacle to your success. So that's what I'll say. First of all, let's start with this, and then we're going to get to what you want. Hannah, how are you feeling these days? What's your sort of feeling state place like in general these days?
Generally,
Yeah.
the pandemic's got me down for sure.
Thank you for being honest, because I bet a lot of other folks might feel that way. Got you down, so you're feeling a little what?
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely feeling exhausted.
Okay.
There's so much going on in the world that is insane and beyond. It feels like it's beyond all of our control, and I feel like lots of things have gotten derailed by this past sort of year,
Okay.
and I worry about all the people I love all the time. So
How would it feel to kind of like get it back on the rails a little bit right now? Would you like to?
yes,
Let's
please.
let's do that. Okay. So let's see. So Hannah Rose says, one of my goals is to be working in both London and NYC. I just showcased online, got a new agent in New York, which has led to more auditions. Congratulations. That is awesome. I would love to increase that number of auditions further and have them in more places. All very doable. Anything that's capable of being done, you can do it. Okay. And I always say, a wise mentor of mine said, what is for you will not go by you, but you have to be willing to reach out and grab it. So, and you said, should I focus on meeting casting directors or more agents and managers? That's a question we can maybe touch on a little bit. The answer is simple. It is building relationships with executives, with producers, with directors and casting directors and reps. And the first thing is to get clarity. So Hannah, what would be one of the most beautiful things that you would like to achieve? I want you to go to the end, and everybody feeling and connecting to this right now, I want you to think about that again, plug into another one. What would be incredible? A dream that nobody will judge that you would like to be doing, going to the end of a fantasy for yourself, Hannah.
Sure. I wrote down all my realistic ones, the one that you're supposed to write down for those people when you're networking. But
I want to say something about realistic, but I probably shouldn't say it out loud. But you know what? Realistic. Hey, I want to know, realistic or not, Hannah, what would be amazing?
sure. I would love to have a career that's sort of like the love child career of Amelia Clark's career and Alison Brie's career. I think that I would love to work on some like high fantasy stuff and
Good.
some magic stuff.
What's an example of that? What's an example of some high fantasy or magic stuff? Like, give me an example. Give us an example.
We love Game of Thrones, The Magicians. Those are all really fantastic shows.
Good. So what would be awesome to be doing what on one of those shows or a spinoff? What would be incredible? Like really push it to the specifics of that. What would it look like, Hannah?
To be having a lead role on one of those shows. And I really love stage and film combat. I'm trained in like all of the weapons. So I would part that gets to really beat people up.
So having a lead role, look at, by the way, what's happening with Hannah right now. The light is turning on. A lead role on what? A Game of Thrones spinoff? A lead role on some other type?
Yeah.
But you tell us.
I would love to do a lead role on one of these million Game of Thrones prequels or spinoffs. That would be incredible.
Yes. And it would make you feel what? To have a lead role, to be activated on that, Hannah, how would you feel? How would that change how you would feel?
It would make me feel so happy, and it would make me feel completely independent and creatively satisfied and challenged. And like anything is possible.
Yes. So happy. Physically, where in your body would you feel that hit of happiness to be engaged in a project like that? Yeah, there you go. Where? Like inside, outside, like where in your cheeks?
The whole smile cheeks area right now. Yeah.
Good. If your cheeks could speak without giving a, what would they say? Give them a voice. Again. Yes. And I have to ask the question, is it fun?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because kids, we don't go in a sandbox and play, let's cut each other's legs off. We play, let's have some fun. You know, this is always meant to be fun. Great. And now, Hannah, I want you to construct an event. And this is really important because this is an event that's going to happen that you would, without a shadow of a doubt, know that it has happened. Like what event would you cross specifically that you would know that you had a lead on the Game of Thrones prequel or one of those spinoffs? Like what would make it real?
Coming in that envelope and like opening up and seeing like that cover page, you know, that like confidential cover page of that confidential script.
That script.
Yeah.
And where would you be when that happens? Like really specifically paint the picture, talk to our eyes, show us where you would be when you have that experience. How do you see it?
You mean like where I would be as in like location or like
exactly where you would be location wise opening that package of that first script, like you said?
I would probably be in my grandmother's apartment. She would do that. She would.
Good. Is she around?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She lives in the village. She's a really cool lady. She's much cooler than I am.
And where in her apartment would you be? Like really specifically where?
Like the living room by the front with the gigantic window. There's all this light that streams in.
Yes.
And I would get it and I would like probably scream like I just did.
Do it again. You get it from the mailbox?
I would get it. It would come up to the floor. It would be like delivered. It would be like slid under the door and I would get it. And I would just like do that screaming thing of like, yee!
How would you know it wasn't a Postmates or something? How would you know it was the script?
Because I would open it. It would have my name on the front. It would say,
it would have your name. Good.
Yeah.
And where would you put it? Would you have it in your hands? Would you put it down somewhere?
Oh, yeah, I would absolutely. I would never let it go. Are you kidding me?
And what does it say on it? What does it say?
It says confidential for Hannah Roze, you know,
yes.
Do not share. And I would not be able to contain myself from reading it. I would contain myself from sharing it.
Don't contain yourself. What would you say if you couldn't contain yourself? If you couldn't hold back, what would you say?
Woo!
Again.
Woo!
Good. Do it again.
Woo!
Good. The script just dropped, right?
Oh, no.
It's okay. Yes. And then what would you do? Like, does anybody, like, would you call somebody? Would you tell somebody? What would happen?
I would call all of my family and tell them that I couldn't tell them things.
Who would you call first?
Oh, man.
It's okay. You don't have to.
My grandmother would be there.
Good.
I would call my dad because he'd be really pissed if I called anybody else.
And what would you say to your dad right now on the phone?
I'm excited about a thing that I can't tell you about. Yay!
And what would he say to you?
He'd probably say, does it pay money?
And then what would you say back to him?
So much money. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And you would hang up that phone, Hannah, and you would feel, where in your body would you feel this? Physically, where would you feel what you're feeling?
Here.
And what does it feel like? Or what does it look like? Anything?
I don't even know that it has words. It's like it feels very big and expansive and open, but also very calm.
Touch it. Where do you feel that physically? Where do you feel it? Good. If it could, that's your heart space. If your heart, that space could say something, what would it say? Give it a voice or a sound or music or sing or anything. If it could just express, what would it say without thinking?
It would say, we're there.
Say it again.
We're there.
Again.
We're there.
Again.
We're there.
Hannah, how do you feel right now?
Very emotional.
Yes. And I'm going to ask you, thank you, by the way. What would you say to your past self? What would you say to her that wasn't there yet? If you could just deliver a message without thinking.
I would say it was worth all of the heartache and worth all of the time and worth all of the not understanding, you know? I'd say it was worth all of that. Yeah. And
what instructions would you give to yourself? This is so beautiful. And thank you again. What would you say? Yeah, it's okay. No, this is what's wanted. Because you imagine if a filmmaker, anybody in your life could see you right now lit up and glowing the way that we as a community are seeing you, there is no way we would not want to spend time with you and to work with you. What would you say to her? You know, what instructions would you give to her?
I'd say, hang in there, kiddo. You know?
Say it again.
Hang in there, kiddo.
And if I popped in and I said, hey, Hannah, thank you for letting me work with you in that really fun backstage event we did. Hey, Hannah, how did you get there? What did you do? How did you get there?
I never stopped believing. I never stopped working towards it. And I found the fun along the way.
Say that again. Those words are
important. I found the fun along the way. Never stopped believing. Never stopped working.
You see the power of everybody listening, that these actors, and that's all you as well too, the power that you have to give yourself the highest, clearest, best freaking guidance to get to where you want to get to. And I want you to now say out loud, I remember when I was feeling.
I remember when I was feeling low.
Yes. And was that fun?
No.
No.
God, no.
And now I'm feeling what?
Elated. And
say it again.
Elated and content.
This was spectacular. Thank you for your bravery, for trusting in the safety of this space, which is really important. It's the most important thing to me in the work that I do and we do here. It was beautiful. So Hannah, thank you so much for being willing to work. Oh my God, it's a joy. It's a joy because this is and I ask everybody again, we're all working through this together, not just working with Jade and Hannah and talking to Brianna. We're all working through this together. I want you to all ask yourselves right now, what do you feel and what do you see when you connect with Hannah right now? Because I am willing to bet you have people feeling things in their body from wherever they're at. And if you can make people all over the world feel what they're feeling right now, and Jade as well, can you imagine what a small team in a room is going to feel like, or a small team via Zoom is going to feel like? And you're lit up, that you're lit, and you don't have to do anything, because great art has nothing to do with your effort. It has everything to do with your impact. And we're solving some major problems right now in not a long period of time. So congratulations to you, Hannah, and to you, Jade, on this new place. And you don't have to go back to any other place. This is yours to be at for however long you want to be here. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. So we're going to do it again, huh? We're going to do another working session. Hey, this is real, stuff's happening in real time. This is awesome. So Jade, thanks for coming on up and hanging out and working with me today. Thank
you for having me here, both of you. That's amazing.
Pleasure. Such a pleasure. Jade, tell everybody who you are again, where you're located, just for a reference point for everybody.
Yeah, so my name is Jade Geiger, and I'm currently located in Orlando, Florida.
Okay, cool. Currently located in Orlando, Florida. All right, so we're going to start with this. So everybody listening, I want you to think about, I'm going to ask Jade a question, but I'm really asking everybody here. Jade, I want you to think about, I have a little information about you here, but I want you to think about what you want, what would be awesome. And don't go halfway to those dreams, everybody. I want you to go all the way. There's something really incredible about going to the end of your fantasies and living there. Capturing the emotions of the end of your fantasy and living there and then looking back on that. So Jade, what you mentioned that you'd like to improve your authenticity in your auditions and acting. You say that you want to book small films so you can work up to booking feature films. And you've been acting on and off for 5 years, but fully concentrated on the craft for 1 year. First of all, congratulations. That's really cool.
Thank you.
So what I want to know is, I don't want to know about the small films you want to book. I want you to tell me what are one of those ultimate fantasy dreams that you would like to do. The getting clarity part is very fun, because it's not enough to say, I just want to work a lot. You don't want to just have the attitude, I'll take what I can get. You want to have a very clear vision for that. So what would be awesome, Jade? The dreams nobody will judge.
Oh, the dreams. I think for me, it would be to be on a set and know that I'm a lead in a feature film, probably directed by like Steven Spielberg or
there you go,
Keanu Reeves, or someone just truly amazing who knows the actors in the script and just amazing people. I think that would be my dream, to have a lead in a feature film or in a TV series. Those are my dreams. The end goal for me.
Yes, look at your face right now. Okay, so pick one. What would be the most awesome, just for fun, knowing you could do them all? Would it be Spielberg? Would it be Keanu Reeves? Like, what would be the most exciting? Let's choose one.
I think like Steven Spielberg.
Yes, yes. And what kind of role would you have?
A lead
Yes.
role, I guess.
Those words matter, everybody. Those words matter. And if you're not up here doing this with me, please talk it out loud. We're all working through this together. How would it feel, Jade, to have a lead role on a Steven Spielberg movie? How would you feel if that were happening now? How would you feel?
I think I would probably wake up every day 3 hours before my alarm clock. I think every day would be a new day. Every day would be something you look forward to, something you're just excited to get out the door, put on clothes, get ready, and just go and do what you were meant to do.
So you said excited. That's an emotionally specific word. Is that true? Would you feel excited?
Oh, yes, I would feel so excited. I think I would feel like every day was, I don't know, you get like a jolt of electricity in you when you're excited.
And where would you feel that jolt of electricity? Physically, where in your body would you feel that jolt of excited electricity, getting up every day with that alarm clock, knowing you're going to set, doing a lead on a Spielberg feature?
I think I would get the almost throughout my whole body, but I would say in like my arms and my legs and my head, everywhere.
Yes. What color is it? Is it like, what's in that? Is it a color? Is it a shape? Is it a piece of music? Like anything? What does it feel like?
My favorite color is turquoise, so it'd have to be turquoise.
Good. How did you feel it? Where do you feel it? You said everywhere, but specifically where?
I would say in my hands and my feet.
Good. I want you to put it into this arm, that jolt of electricity, and I want you to lift your arm all the way up, all the way down with that jolt of electricity. Yes. More excitement, more electricity. Good. More, all the way, more. Turn it up to 100. If the arm could speak without giving, what would it say? Give it a voice. Give it a voice.
It would just be like, this is amazing. This is what I've been waiting for.
Yes. Do it again. Put it back in your arm, just like that. All the way up, all the way down. Good. Without thinking, if the arm could speak without giving a what would it say? Give it a voice.
You did it.
Say it again.
You did it.
Louder.
You did it.
Louder.
You did it.
Say it from that surge in your whole body. Say that you did it.
You did it.
Yes.
You really did it.
You really did it. And Jade, question I have to ask. Is it fun? Are you having fun?
I'm having so much fun.
Good. But look at you. Now this is the part where I would ask everybody watching, what do you see? When you look at Jade, what do you see? And what I see is light. I see you lit up and I see you activated, and it's phenomenal. And now I'm going to ask you another question. What's the proof? What's an event that would happen that you would know that this is real? Something that you would encounter really specifically, either on set or in the morning, that you would know that it's game on for this lead in a Spielberg movie?
I think it would have to be the first day of getting on set, knowing that I'm waking up, I'm going to be there. This is it. You've hit where you want to be. Like, this is.
So you're in your room waking up?
Yes. Yeah.
You're in your room waking up. Are you sitting up? Are you lying in bed still? Are you standing? Get really specific.
I think I'd probably be just laying in bed, just opening my eyes and have that realization, like, wow.
Say it again. What would you say in that moment, Jade, if it were you feeling that? What would you say? Wow?
I would say, wow. This is happening.
Say it again.
Wow, this is happening.
And what are you feeling? Really look physically, where in your body do you feel that? What are you feeling and where do you feel it?
I feel it. I feel it in my heart. Like, you really feel it. And I would say it's just energy yes. And happiness.
And if your heart could speak without thinking, what would your heart say, Jade? This is so beautiful. What would your heart say? Give it a voice.
I think it would really say, you made it.
Say it again.
You made it. You really made it.
And I'm going to ask you right now, what would you say if I popped in? what would you say to yourself? And I said, hey, Jade, congratulations. What would you say to her that wasn't there yet? What would be the first thing that you would say to her?
I'd say, don't give up.
Say it again.
Don't give up.
Yes. And if I asked you right now, how did you do it without thinking? How did you get there, Jade? Because you're there. How did you do it? What would you say? What's the first thing you would say?
Have faith in your abilities. Have faith in yourself.
Look at the power that's in all of you right now, listening and watching this and tuning in. You have the power to completely give yourself the answer to how you get there. Say that again. Have faith.
Have faith in you. Have faith in yourself.
Good. And I want you to say out loud, and remember, you guys, we're working out loud. I want you to say, I remember when. I want you to use those words. I remember when.
I remember when.
I wasn't here yet. I remember when I was feeling what?
I remember when I was feeling discouraged.
Good.
I remember.
Yes, I remember when I was feeling discouraged, and now I'm feeling what? Waking up with that alarm clock, about to go to that leading role in the Steven Spielberg. Now I feel what?
Now I feel ready.
Oh my God, say that again.
I remember feeling discouraged, and now I feel ready.
Where in your body do you feel ready? Physically, where do you feel that hit of ready?
In my face.
Yes, and if your face could say something without caring, what would it say, Jade? Give it a voice. What would it say?
It would say, you got this.
Again.
You got this.
Louder, like you don't care.
You got this.
Say it with your whole body.
You got this.
Again.
You got this.
Yes. And Jade, you're there, okay? You're there and you can stay there. You don't have to go anywhere other than be here. Is this fun?
It is. I like it. It's fun.
Does it suck? Does it feel miserable and effortful, or does it feel easy?
It feels easy. Really easy.
Yes. And the next question with acting is that, are you having impact? And for me, Jade, you are having massive impact. I feel it in my heart. I feel it in my chest. It's beautiful. It's emotional. And the other question is it your version of it? Are you living somebody else's dream and there's no way you are right now? And I ask anybody watching this, connecting to this, to ask yourself or speak it out loud. What do you feel or see when you're looking at Jade? Because in this moment, you are tipping us all into you. You are somebody that is fun to play with, that we want to work with. And and say that again. I said, if your face could speak at the end, what would it say? Give it a voice.
It would say, I'm ready.
Again.
You're ready. You're ready for this.
There you go. You're ready for this. 4 words. That is your word. Those are your words from your face and from that heart for you to activate anytime you want to. And I recommend blasting those words out of your body anytime you want to do that, Jade. Okay?
Yep.
Thank you very, very much for coming up and working with me like this in a way that you couldn't have expected we would work like this. But thank you for your bravery to trust in this space being a safe space to do this work. It was beautiful.
Thank you so much. It was so much fun. It was almost like a whole new me.
But look at you. You are lit up. You are lit up. And what does the whole new you feel like right now?
Probably like I could take on the world.
Yes, you could. Yeah, you could. And you are right now. And you can see the difference in terms of, I just call it a light up of an ignition. And imagine, I just say, imagine walking into a casting scenario or on set or into some event in your life right now. And it's the thing that, as Brando says, stops the movement of the popcorn to the mouth. It gets somebody to stop chewing. That light, it's infectious, and you can light up a whole dark room with that light. That light, I'm willing to bet, lit up a lot of folks, if not everybody watching this right now. So Jade, thank you so much for jumping in and working with me. It was so fun.
Thank you so much.
Such a pleasure. Such a joy.
Thank you.
What if this work, and I know it is, what if this work is the most powerful instigator of everything that you guys wanted to do? All the things that people tell you to do. Yes, of course, they're important, but those things kind of fall into line around this work. Because when you consistently light yourself up, you create momentum. It's a force that is happening in the background creating synchronicity events in your career where somebody taps you on the back and picks you and rings your doorbell.